Wow, Pixar, y'all did it again. Pun intended. This movie touched my soul. Real rap. Welcome everybody, I'm RJ of the Nerdy Brew, and here on this channel we talk TV, movies, and everything in between, all while drinking a cup of coffee. Now if you like one of those things, or all of those things, why don't you consider like, subscribing, and hit that notification bell, and becoming a fellow Brewster. So today, fellow Brewsters, we are reviewing Soul, starring Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, directed by Pete Docter. Now, the premise of the movie is that Jamie Foxx's character is a mediocre, average black man who lives day to day as a music teacher and also instructor, but the longing of his purpose is to play jazz in a critical way that feeds his desire. He ends up getting this crucial gig that feels like that's gonna take him to another milestone in his life, that will put him in a different atmosphere where he's no longer just living day to day. And so he gets the gig and he's totally excited, but through series of events, he ends up going to the realm of in-between, right? And with him being in the realm of the in-between, he understands that his life isn't done with when he believed that very moment that excited his life was going to propel it in a different way where he didn't feel like he was finished. So while he's in the realm of the in-between, and that's not what they call it, but we'll just call it purgatory in the land of in-between for the moment, excuse me, it's coffee time. This is what that channel is all about. So with that being said, he tries different various ways to get his soul back into his body. And while he's in the land of in-between, he meets Tina Fey's character, 22. That's just a number. And she is a soul that hasn't found a place yet. She hasn't been designated to find where she wanted to be or who she needed to be. And then through hijinks, Jamie Foxx's character becomes a mentor to 22 for them to have a scheme and a plan between, or a deal between one another, so that she'll be able to remain a soul and not experience life and have a body, and for him to get back to Earth and have the life that he desired. And so that's really the juxt of the movie, of them trying to go through this deal and get what they want. But through the entirety of the movie, there are certain things that they discover where it's an introspective look to have a resolve for their better nature for one another, individually and together. So that is the premise of the movie. So I'm going to tell you what I loved about this movie, and there is so much. There's probably slim to none negatives for me about this movie. So for me, I hope you have your beverage at home as well. For me, I'll say this. One, I'll say the soundtrack of them. I am personally a jazz enthusiast. Cowboy Bebop put me on the journey to jazz, but for my own self-discovery of Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Duke Ellington, who else? Even Gregory Porter, Jamie Cullum, the melodies and the sound is just gonna make me want to get to the soundtrack. So this movie definitely spoke to my soul on that kind of level. The animation for the movie was so beautiful. It was so seamless with the direction, the animation, and cinematography. How they made the constructs of everyday life of New York was so detailed and so beautiful. Like, I'ma just, minor spoilers, they get on the subway and you could see the scratches of the seats, like they're worn seats, like nothing. It's a lived-in world. It didn't seem like anything was too extra shiny and whatnot. Also, black people, I loved it. I'm not trying to make anything about race, but I'm gonna say this: I'm not a person who harps on inclusion. I don't harp on inclusion. I like solid stories. But what I did love is that they had authentic conversations and ways of black culture where it wasn't a caricature, it wasn't tokenism, it was just fluent to just make it seem honest and genuine, especially with a scene of them being in the barbershop. And that had to be it's a very honest moment and pivotal, where also another thing that I appreciate from the movie, it went into quantum mechanics. And with quantum mechanics, they go into hypothetical constructs of what a soul is, what the afterlife is, and balls of energy, and how personalities are assigned. And they have very good details of bringing the world that we can only like minor imagine, and try to bring it to our concept of things, which I was very pleased about. That really blew me away, because for me, I study that kind of stuff. Personally, I study quantum mechanics and of the esoterics and subconscious things, that them bringing it to the forefront as you know, a base, as a storyline for a movie, made it even more entertaining for me. Also, along with that, Tina Fey's character with her own self-discovery was very important. And then they bring in the idea of lost souls. So a lost soul is not someone who's stuck in the between of life or death. It's them being alive and being stuck in the life that they're living. And that was just a revelation, you know. Another thing that I also wanted to bring out that I enjoyed for the resolution of the movie is that a person doesn't have to have this grand plan. They don't have to have this major desire to, or you can have a major desire, but you don't have to strive to be the biggest and the best. But what matters is how you live your life and the things that you can enjoy within your life that you're living. So that was a very good tell. My daughter enjoyed the movie, but for me, it just seemed like it touched on so many other levels that it just like pulled at the heartstrings, and it was very humorous as well. There is a Freaky Friday situation that plays out throughout the movie. One stream that left out, that was totally hilarious, and it never gets resolved again. Cody Chestnut, he sang the hook to the Seed 2.0 for the Black Thought. What's the name of Black Thought? What's the name of Black Thought in this crew? That's on Jimmy Kimmel. I need answers.
Really, nigga?
Anywho, the song, Cody Chestnut is amazing. So that happened, And just the score once again of highlighting jazz, because jazz has been a fleeting art form. It's very minute, only to a certain particular crowd. That's why I enjoyed Whiplash so much. To bringing jazz in the forefront again to popular culture. So yeah, this movie is delightful, and just the resolution of the story. And for me, I did go off and ramble because I absolutely love the movie. And for my grade for the Nerdy Brew, I give the movie a 10 out of 10. That's my first movie that I've given a 10 out of 10. Now, have you seen Soul? Did you like Soul? What beverage are you drinking? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if there's anything that I skipped along with this review. Thoughts and concepts that you enjoyed in the movie. Let me know in the comments below so we can keep growing the community. If you see this video, make sure that you subscribe. Subscribing is free. You know what I mean? I'm not going to ask for anything more. I just want you to be part of the community so we can talk about the things that we love. And with that, I'm going to bring this video to an end. And I want you to be you, do you, see the bigger picture. Have a fantastic day because you deserve it. This is that channel. Peace.